What do you do when your president tells the police to shoot protesters in their legs? Not gang leaders, not armed militants, young, unarmed Kenyans demanding justice. That's exactly what happened in Kenya. And in this episode, we're breaking down how a Gen Z revolution became a battlefield and why the world can't afford to look away. Welcome to Gist with Sherry, where we give commentary that goes where others won't. This fire wasn't ignited overnight. It started after the death of a 22-year-old blogger named Albert Ogwang, who died in police custody under suspicious circumstances. This led to the Kenyan Gen Z being furious because they were already fed up with the bad governance, with police brutality, with corruption, and this was just the last straw. Then came the Saba Day, which is known as the National Day of Protest. This year, it turned into a national crisis. Over 17 counties in Kenya exploded in protests, and the government's response? Tear gas and live bullets. According to Kenya's Human Rights Commission, over 31 people were murdered in this protest, and way more were injured. Instead of calming tensions, President William Ruto doubled down. He told police, quote, "Don't shoot to kill, shoot to immobilize, shoot them in the leg." Yes, that's a real directive against unarmed civilians. Human rights groups call it a green light for brutality, but the Kenyan government insists it's about crowd control.
Don't kill them, but should shoot them in the legs so they break and they can go to hospital on their way to court.
Shoot them in the legs. That's what Ruto has said. And who is he talking to? The police of Kenya. And who is he talking about? Not terrorists, not criminals, but protesters. Ruto's ire is directed towards demonstrators. To understand why, let's go back. The Kenyan economy has struggled for years now. Previous governments borrowed money left, right and center from China, from the World Bank, from the International Monetary Fund. Amid this, funds were mismanaged by corrupt governments. And all of this brought Kenya's economy to its knees. William Ruto came to power promising to change this. But he had a Herculean task ahead of him. He inherited a crumbling, debt-laden economy. And he wanted to fix it with taxes. Ruto asked citizens to quote-unquote bear the pain of taxes to grow the economy. And last year he proposed a finance bill. But this bill would have increased the cost of essentials. So in the month of June last year, protests broke out.
It is mind-blowing to me that President William Ruto, the Kenyan president, and his administration think that you can take away people's hope, people's dreams, people's rights to basic human rights, basic living conditions, basic quality of life. And then you think that after doing that you're not going to get pushed back by those same people. When you take away someone's hope, what's left? When you take away someone's ability to dream and aspire, what do you expect? What you should expect is for people to revolt. Is for people to say, if you have left me with nothing, then I might as well give everything, whatever little that I have left, to fight for change, so that the generations to come don't have to go through what I'm going through. That's what happens. And instead of William Ruto and his government to understand this and change their approach, change their ways. I'm not saying change everything that's wrong with their government, but do something that at least shows we hear you. Instead of them doing that, they're doubling down in being violent towards protesters. It's all alleged, but it's in the news. So they're doubling down in being violent towards protesters. They're doubling down in government corruption. They're doubling down in all the things that led to this protest in the first place. That is their reaction. Oh, please. Oh, please. This is very similar to what happened in the EndSARS protests in Nigeria a few years ago. It's very similar. They were protesting police brutality, government corruption. And the response of the government was to shoot at innocent civilians. Kenyans have been fighting for their rights for a long time. We have protests over there. I hear of protests over there almost every year. And I really, really hope that their voices will get heard. I really, really hope that there will be a change in governance. But it gets darker. A Reuters investigation uncovered how police allegedly tried to hide their crimes. Some victims were labeled as accident deaths. Others were reportedly abducted or dumped in morgues under false names. Among them, Boniface Kariuki, a masked vendor shot in broad daylight. His only crime? Selling protective gear near a protest zone. One of the things we do here is talk about global issues. Talk about those stories that you usually will not hear in the mainstream media, usually don't get the attention that I think they deserve. And I honestly think that we as people all over the world should pay attention to what's happening everywhere, not just in our backyard, but in other parts of the world that we may not ever even visit. Because in a way, we're all connected. You know, we're all connected now. And we have the ability to back causes that may not be happening in our country, but by lending our voices via social media, via so many of these means, we're able to help. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to talk about this here today. From Nigeria's NSARS to Sudan's revolution, we've seen how the Gen Z's voices are rising and governments are cracking down more than ever. If we stay silent, we become complicit. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, for commentary that you're not going to see in the mainstream media. And while you subscribe, go to the comment section and tell me what you think. Do you think that what the Kenyan government is doing is right, or that they're truly infringing in the people's rights to protest? Tell me what you think, and thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. God bless.